Masters, Wayshores, Guides, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Galactic Federation, Council of Light, Elementals, Fae, Mary Magdalene, beings assigned to our team for our highest, holiest, heavenliest, most divine, godly good, celestial guardians, protectors, divine messengers, and all benevolent beings of light. What do we need to know about the scales are being balanced as we speak? What is up, Galactic Golden Nuggies? This may actually be a part 2 to the live that I had just done. I knew I said I was going to go over to TikTok, but Spirit guided me back over here to deliver yet another message. So welcome back in. And as soon as I got off this live, y'all, as soon as I got off, what popped up on my YouTube is the fact that Trump is going through a defamation lawsuit. And his appeal of this defamation lawsuit was denied. And I was like, Spirit, do you want me to go live back on YouTube? And I heard an immediate yes. The scales are being balanced as we speak. So not only are we seeing the Hierophant in reverse fall, but we're seeing the extensions of the Hierophant in reverse taking massive hits as well. So we back, and we back to deliver another message of justice. While you were receiving justice, these individuals are going through judgment. And it looks like there were also individuals attempting to block your love life to where a partnership is coming into play very quickly. For those of you that message is for. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So not only did we have the Pope pass away today, which again, like I relayed in the previous message, adds up to 7. The date adds up to 7. April 21st, 2025, which adds up to 7. But we also have Trump going through a defamation lawsuit that he attempted to appeal and run from. So let's see what we got going on with this. The scales will be balanced, or the scales are being balanced as we speak. What we need to know, a new beginning only could be given by God and individuals that are a part of this organization attempting to repent, because they have been made believers. These are individuals that know that a higher power, these elite individuals with a hefty fortune, this is old money, they know that you are coveted by something that they cannot overcome. They cannot compete with. And what is coming into play cannot be stopped. Looks like you are due a fortune. This is an ancestral inheritance. Your justice is to receive what was meant to be kept from you to keep you in poverty, to keep you suffering, to keep you from losing traction as a divine revolutionary leader that's meant to have a massive impact in this realm. They could never keep this from you, but believe me, they tried. Ooh! What did I just say about they now know a higher power covets you. They are in contemplation about the power you hold and the powers at play here. The power over your life. And we got a 2 of Cups here coming into play. With 7 of Swords, sneaky and deceptive behavior in order for you not to get a victory in a romantic, harmonious dynamic, as well as being seen by those that are meant to observe, that are meant to not only observe, but be inspired by your overcoming, your come up. King of Pentacles, what did I say? Old money here. We got a lot of pentacles out with the tradition. That's like the Hierophant card. That is also like my God card in this deck. Individuals, bloodline. Broken, cursed bloodlines to where their curses are coming into play right now. They cannot use anybody else's energy, nor yours, to save themselves. And they're realizing that coming up against you was the worst mistake they ever made because of the fact they're losing power in this realm. They're losing control. They no longer have control. They can no longer, just like we talked about Trump facing this defamation lawsuit, they can't get out of the consequences of their actions. Where as above, so below. Looks like Trump's in spiritual court, and now this has come into play in the physical. To where this, we had many individuals bypassing their consequences by using others' energy, light workers' energy, chosen energy, who were unassuming and asleep, in order to push their karma off onto the unassuming, the sleep, and the chosen, in order to harness the energy to move beyond karma. To basically push their karma off onto others. And this is not happening. Not anymore. There's been a reclamation of power. They said to its rightful owner. Ooh, here we go. We had a Queen of Pentacles in remorse and regret, that not sleeping at night, stressed because they wanted to win. So we got a King and a Queen of Pentacles out here. This is definitely old money. These are very well paid individuals. They have a position of perceived authority within this realm, perceived power. Especially with fortune being out here, these are individuals with a lot of money that are now reaping the consequences of their actions while there is a wealth transfer occurring. While there is a wealth transfer, it fell on 9 of Swords. Somebody is up at night because they were unable to harness your fertility to save themselves. So they could be having health issues. This is also these individuals attempting to use your energy to push their judgment, push their karma off onto your experience while taking your hard-earned dharma and your energy in order to live a certain lifestyle or continue to live a certain lifestyle. And they're receiving a message of concern. This is quick communication with the 8 of Staves here. About an offer they made, an offering that brought down the gavel upon them. 7 of Pentacles. You reap what you sow, as above, so below, with the 4 of Swords. What are they reaping? Sickness. What are you reaping? Great health. What are they reaping? Financial. I just heard desolate. What? Hold on. Desolate. Like barren land? Desolate? Yeah, like barren land. Deserted. They've been deserted. Desolate. Desolate? Desolate. I specifically heard desolate. Deprived of inhabitants or laid waste. Dissolute. Yeah, okay, so that's what I just heard. Lavish or immoral. Dissolute, which means lavish or immoral. And it's a word derived of desolate, which means deprived of inhabitants or laid waste. That's interesting. That's the first time I've heard dissolute. Lacking restraint, especially marked by indulgence in things such as drink or promiscuous intimacy. So the Most High is calling these individuals desolute, which means that this sickness could be an STD, something incurable, something they're sick because of. Them being indulgent in, this could also be liver issues with them being indulgent in drink or promiscuous intimacy. Wow. Dissolute. D-I-S-S-O-L-U-T-E. Dissolute. They teach me new words every single day. So they're reaping the consequences of their actions, which have brought on sickness and poverty, while you're coming out of health issues and suffering. They can't bypass their consequences. Interesting. 10 of Pentacles. Ships coming into this 10 of Pentacles. It is giving Final Destination bloodlines on these individuals that had harnessed the chosen light worker energies, sleeper energy, sleeper soul stars to bypass judgment and karma while pushing their judgment and karma off onto others. And now that you've reclaimed your power, you've reclaimed your throne, what comes with your throne, your kingdom, is being given to you. 2 of Pentacles is about balance, but it's also about ships coming in with 10 of Pentacles. This is generational wealth. We already have fortune out here. This is a wealth transfer happening, a power transfer happening. So you're about to see individuals in a perceived position of power or recognition further take hits. God's favor. They're seeing God's favor over your life. The Ace of Cups, your cup overfloweth. This is what they wanted. So the scales are being balanced. While they're going through judgment, you're going through justice. You're receiving justice. This is how things must come into play at this time. This is what must be orchestrated at this time. I also just heard anyone that touches you or that of which you love is a dead man or dead woman walking. Touch not my anointed, do no harm to my prophet, they were warned. Third and final warning. We talked about that in the live that I just did. Third and final warning. Everybody's seeing what happens when they try and come after you, when they try to touch you. With balance, the scales will be balanced. We just talked about this. It came out sideways, individuals trying to create obstacles to find a way to rebalance things in their favor. But they can't. You keep overcoming. You just won't die. That's what I just heard. It's something about your will to live, too. You refuse to die. Because they just channeled me from Left 4 Dead. You could have been Left 4 Dead. But it's a video game that I love, where in it there is a character named Nick, where he goes, I have come too far to die now. And it's when he's surrounded. Like him and his team are in an elevator, and before the elevator hits, like below the elevator, they're surrounded by walkers, zombies. So it could have been like these individuals may have felt like they had you surrounded, they had you cornered, that something was going to take effect. If you love that game, this is definitely confirmation for you, because that is my comfort game. Yes, Nick does say that. So it's Left 4 Dead, it's Nick, where they're about to reach the bottom of the elevator, they're about to reach the final floor, and they're surrounded by walkers. And Nick goes, I have come too far to die now. Something about your will to live. Like, no matter what's directed towards you, you're like, this is not my simulation. This is not how it ends, but this is how it begins. That game is my therapy too. I haven't played it in so long. So if you resonate with that game, this is definitely the message for you. You had a bunch of walkers on your tail. Individuals that are basically the walking dead. They're soulless beings. It is given main character energy, and you know this. You feel this. You're like, no, this is not how my story ends. It's how it begins. This is just a part of the origin story. This is just going to be a part of my testimony. No matter how many attempts were made to keep you from celebrating, you kept moving forward. You were resilient and perseverant, and you refused to give up. You refused to roll over and just die. You refused to give these individuals what they wanted. And you were being heavily admired by the ethers because of what was directed towards you and what you muscled through. Yes, we have divine assistance, and yes, we are coveted by the Most High, but it's within our free will to choose not to keep going, to choose to just say fuck it. And these were some severe storms we weathered. Especially with the old money out here, elites, organizations, and networks that are now weighing their options because of what is occurring. Touch not my anointed, do no harm to my prophet. I just heard all of your enemies will disappear. Transformation, there's a change afoot. A change in everything. Change in power. Change in wealth. Change in recognition. Change in health. Everything for you is changing pertaining to the energy you've been emanating and what you've worked to earn. You hold the key to the kingdom, and anybody that was attempting to sit in your spot, attempting to keep you from having this impact upon this planet is being removed. This is what the Most High meant by your enemies will disappear. They're not allowed in your kingdom. And again, in the previous live, we talked about the gnashing of teeth. These individuals are going to be thrown into darkness. We got 8 of Swords and 8 of Pentacles, mentally entrapped about the work they were doing. 808 or 88. You could be seeing 888, 88, or 808. This is also giving anomaly 88. They're wondering, what are you? You have got to be some type of extraterrestrial. You're not from here. You're in this world, not of this world. So you got a lot of individuals, elite organizations, networks, and societies attempting to figure out what you are and why you're so heavily protected and why you know what you know. You're a futuristic, advanced, multidimensional entity. They came here to shift the trajectory of the apocalyptic state the world was in and where it was headed. Whoa. 133 on the timer right now. For some of you, it's 333. 333 adds up to 9. It also indicates angels are all around you. 133 adds up to 7. Angels are all around you. Angels are orchestrating a change here. You got a Queen of Swords. Oh, I said a Queen of Swords. Could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that's watching you, or a Queen of Swords in the reverse that wanted to win by any means necessary. only to find out how protected you are and how loved you are. Whoever this Princess of Swords is, this is the individual that is succumbing to what they attempted to project into your reality. Or you got organizations, networks, and societies, perceived heavy hitters in this realm taking massive hits, knowing that it's because of what they did to you. That's why this is happening. You got many eyes on you. All eyes on me, Tupac energy with 9 of Cups out here. Watching you get wish fulfillment. Watching you get every single cup that is due to you. Some of you could have recently been seeing rainbows too. I feel like that holds significance. What's at the end of a rainbow? Gold. You're golden, baby. But this is also about materials, monetary means. Could even have something to do with a property. Could have to do with the property. You could have seen a lot of rainbows at this property. Or it's something about that, like, where this rainbow was leading you, even though you didn't see the other side of it. Hello, welcome in. Hello to you too, Galactic Golden Ohana. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. And yeah, oh my God, SB, you're right. The end of storms come with the rainbow. What did we just talk about? Us weathering the storms. I'm getting goosebumps. Oh, spot on. Yes. At the end of the storm comes a rainbow, a double rainbow. I just heard rare event. What did I just say about a double rainbow? We got 2 of staves coming out here. This is movement forward, the sun. What comes out after the storm? Not just a rainbow, the sun. The sun. We got magic, exposure of this magic that was done that individuals traveled for. This is also about the Most High revealing who has been in the shadows and what they have been doing to try and hold on to something that wasn't theirs, and why the divine is fighting these individuals so hard. It's to make sure what is due to you is revealed to you, that you have this, that you receive this. This just fell in the reverse. Prince of Staves, somebody is sick with some type of incurable STD. It's somebody from your past. So you got an ex learning the hard way. I feel like you tried to warn this individual. You tried to save them. This individual went down a path to where they were unsavable. Could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, but with Prince of Wands in the reverse, this person was indulgent, impulsive, and wanted to prove a point. You had a lot of individuals that are being handed their ass right now that wanted to prove a point. That you weren't who you said you were, or should I say you weren't who the Most High said you were. That you would never be shit, you would never have shit, you would never do shit, or that they could find a way to hurt you. Or that they would find a way to be better than you or take from you. Now this individual, they were paid by family. So you got a karmic familial unit out here getting their ass handed too. They got exposed for who they were paying, could have been an ex, to attempt to infect you or attempt to influence you. Or these were individuals that were paying this ex to be a part of some type of menagerie, some type of theft, or paying them to be quiet, paying them to hurt you. So we got multiple exposures out here, not just elites, but individuals from your past that felt like they were going to get away with what they did to you. And they're so disappointed and in so much regret, so much remorse. Again, I know I brought this up on the previous live that I had just done, but for those of you that may be new in here, we're going to look up the gnashing of teeth and I'm going to read it to you. Because this is what they're going through. The gnashing of teeth is a phrase used to describe anguish, regret, and ultimate judgment of those who are excluded from God's kingdom. 5 of Cups. The gnashing of teeth. This is judgment. While you're receiving justice. For everything these individuals were celebrating when they thought they had you. They had you cornered. They had you ready to be thrown into this grave 6 feet under. All of these individuals that came up against you, they left with nothing. At one point, they had everything. Now they're going to have nothing. And where you had nothing, or individuals felt like you had nothing, now you're about to have everything. But you had everything before you had everything. You know what I'm saying? You had everything with the Most High. You had everything with your team. You weren't worried about money. You weren't worried about materialistic garbage. And this is why it's being given to you, because you know what to do with it. You know how to handle it. You had everything before you got everything. Were these individuals that wanted to take everything from you. They wanted to have the world and then some, but they didn't deserve it. They didn't earn it. But you know what they did earn? An ass whooping. Stress and burdens. That's what they earned. A life full of stress, A life full of poverty, a life full of brokenness. And wow, and Spirit says that's the truth. The scales will be balanced. They're not laughing now. It looks like you and God are the ones that get the last laugh, but I don't see you taking the divine team up on that offer. You would have every right to laugh at these individuals. You would. But I don't see you doing that. I don't see you ever turning an eye to meet these individuals and the judgment they are facing, or the hands they may have extended in an attempt to win your affection back to save them. You are receiving your roses. We got a sibling here. This could be a sibling or a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, a family member, or an elite individual that was impulsive and immature that is heavily burdened at this time because of your comeback. Your comeback and your come up while they're going through pure and utter destruction. A whole karmic familial unit. We got a King of Wands. And I know I called the King of Pentacles in the last reading the King of Wands on accident, but nothing is a coincidence. I knew the King of Wands was going to come back out eventually. King of Wands parading themselves around to be a wealthy man, parading themselves around to be holier than thou, only to be revealed as the type of corrupt individual they truly are. You got a lot of masks that are being ripped off, and humiliation is a part of their judgment. While the humiliation that you had faced is being alchemized, transmuted, and redirected into your experience as accolades and you receiving your flowers. Where once you were being humiliated, like Jesus walking his cross and having tomatoes and all this bullshit thrown at him, in the same way as you were all these people had something to say. Even elites had something to say about the type of persecution you were under as a martyr, with the cross that you were carrying, with the experience you were going through and the Job season you were in, only to see the Most High pull you out when it was time, when you had learned, when you had evolved, when you had understood. And now you're being put in a position to receive everything these individuals mocked you for not having. That's judgment in itself. All these individuals felt like they were better than you because of what they had. Or all these individuals felt like they would be better than you and they'd get it first, while they mocked you and laughed at what appeared to be your downfall and your demise. And now they're here going through what you did, not knowing how you made it through, not knowing if they will. We got 7 of Swords. Sneaky and deceptive behavior being revealed. Could be about a house that these individuals traveled to hold on to. We got 3 of Swords. What they traveled for only broke their own heart. These individuals wanted to keep you heartbroken and in suffering, so they traveled to do so. Woo! And this very well could be about a union as well. Somebody attempting to keep you from a fated meeting, a fated encounter, only to see you further align with it and them not being able to have access to it with the bridges that have been burned. We got a victory over oppression. This could be somebody that has gone to jail because of what has been relayed about what they were attempting to get from you and how they were attempting to get a victory over you. These are also individuals that thought they had a victory pertaining to your oppression. They may have tried to get you arrested. They may have tried to do isolation spells to keep you from going out, but it only put you in a position to further evolve and advance in silence. You moved like a motherfucking Jeep in silence. So where these individuals felt like they were getting a victory, you were building. Yes, I am live. Spirit had me go live again because of what had been revealed. So yes, Pamela, I am live again. I will be live over on TikTok in like probably 30 minutes. But I had to deliver this message because it's epic. This is like a part 2 to the previous live I just had done, where the part 1 was talking about the type of experience these individuals are going through and how your experience is changing. This is a part 2, which I may actually keep part 1 up, but it didn't come through as clear as this one did, because this is straight to the point. I feel like Spirit is making sure that everybody understands that you're receiving what side of the scale you were on. So if you were on the side of the scale that weighed heavier than a heart, you were receiving judgment for what was in your heart and what made it that heavy. If you were on the side of the scale where your heart was as light as a feather, you were receiving lightness, softness, security. Things that reside in your heart, your spirit, your true identity. Your true energy is what's being emanated. Your true identity, your true energy is what is magnetized, or what has solidified, what has manifested this experience upon you. The scales will be balanced. And there are many individuals that, yep, are going through endings because of what resided in their heart. Ten of Swords, betrayal, jealousy, envy, hatred, evil. So these individuals that felt like they were getting a victory at one point realized that was it just set them up for failure. Everything these individuals did to obtain this victory has landed upon their own heads. While everything you muscled through has been alchemized and integrated into your experience. We got a King of Cups. This could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, ex, or sibling, family member. Whoever this is, this individual may have worked with a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Queen of Wands against you. You could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but Queen of Swords, standing on business. You could be a King of Swords out here, standing on business. You hold the truth. You spoke the truth, and you stood on that shit 10 toes down. You stood on your belief in the Most High, because I just set the Queen of Swords on the Sun, which is like raw energy. While these individuals, 10 of Swords, and the world attempted to end you through betrayal, heartbreak, just sinister activity. And this has now been handled. These individuals went through multiple warnings. Again, I heard third and final warning. These individuals felt like they could find a way to get out of what they had gotten themselves into. And now they realize there is no way out. Exactly. Just inhumane, devious, nefarious, diabolical, derelict duck behavior. And these individuals didn't care who they hurt. Especially not you. It doesn't matter if these are elites, organizations, or societies. You're a problem because of the glitch you are in the simulation. And the changes you are orchestrating just by being here, just by understanding, just by connecting. And now we got a whole bunch of individuals arguing, in conflict, competing with each other because there's no honor amongst thieves. Could definitely have been a Leo that was making moves against you, but individuals that wanted to put you in a stronghold to keep you from a beginning. But here we are. The scales will be balanced. You are the one, walking away. With 5 of Pentacles. This is like walking away with their tail tucked between their legs. These individuals are walking away. I just heard... They're channeling me a lot right now. I just heard embalmed, cremated. Well, hold on. These individuals are walking away with nothing. They have been absolutely demolished. Their finances, I heard, forsaken and cursed. But hold on, clarification on the embalming and cremation. Somebody's true wishes were not met. Somebody was cremated instead of... Somebody's wishes in death were not met. I don't know why this is relevant. Perhaps this individual wanted something done with their body. Or somebody could have been using like cremation, like body part, like somebody's ashes in spell work to get to you. Or it's somebody in the afterlife that is working with you because they know that you were never evil. This is relevant for somebody. Maybe this individual left you something that all of these individuals were working to keep you from. Could have been with the 4 of Wands out here, a property. But it's also having to do with somebody's like burial. I also heard many bodies. They just channeled me, let the bodies hit the floor. So many individuals are dropping right now. Many individuals are succumbing right now while your health is better than ever. You're glowing. You've healed. We got 7 of Cups out here. Confusion. Individuals were confused at how you walked away from this. So you could also have individuals on the other side. With past life lover, I was about to say this with wisdom. Past life lover, this could also be individuals that have passed on, that are giving you wisdom of what's going on. Could even be in the dream state. You could be receiving dreams about something you are going to receive. These were visions, prophesized. And it could have to do with like siblings in a house. You could be dreaming of a house these siblings are in. They renovated, or this maternal or paternal figure, or you could even be dreaming of these rituals being done by elites in order to siphon your energy or do something to you. And this wisdom is coming into play with how you were able to deflect this energy and overcome. Princess of Cups here. And Ace of Pentacles, somebody could have even paid to put something in your drink, but you alchemized it. But you had wisdom of this. Interesting side message. The truth has been exposed for some of you about an individual that thought they were getting away with trying to put something, could even be remains, like some type of Haitian voodoo, like remains in your beverage or food. Interesting. And then attempt to call you a liar when you tried to speak out about it. And now the truth is being revealed on how individuals were attempting to, if it wasn't like remains, somebody could have had something incurable they were trying to give you so you wouldn't have a romantic offer. But this didn't take effect. Like something about somebody trying to do something to you and it didn't happen. But whatever these individuals were trying to do to you, Rasta pasta? Oh, yeah. That's whatever this was, you didn't eat it, you didn't ingest it, or it didn't have an effect with how somebody was trying to make you sick or infect you. Ew. And that's being revealed. Somebody knew they were sick, somebody knew they were infected, and that's biological warfare. That is biological warfare. Somebody they're going through an ending and being oppressed because they attempted to hurt you. And you're receiving wish fulfillment. This could have been an old friend, Eastern Star, or a 33-degree Freemason that was trying to get further initiated in some type of organization. And they're going through a very painful ending pertaining to their health and how they attempt to affect your health, whether mental health, sacrifice, and messages, whether your mental health or your actual health, because that was not a part of your destiny. And again, you healed. Look at this. So if you got individuals playing on your phone, these individuals are mad. They're upset. And again, this isn't just about a karmic familial unit or an Eastern Star ex-friend or a Freemason ex-friend or an ex trying to get initiated into some type of society. This is about the societies itself. These are about elites that are watching all of these individuals go through shit, including themselves, and going, what have we done? Because there's no getting out of judgment. There's no redirecting their judgment. They gotta face it. Well, they gotta face it. Death in a tower. With Pluto transformation. Big changes in their life occurring, and Pluto is Scorpionic energy, which within the tarot deck is death and a tower. While you're going through, look at the other side of the board. Jupiter return benefits, a return of your benefits, a return of what is rightfully yours. I'm done. The fact you just said time's up, Shia. Saturn return age as in time. Yeah, time is up. And not only did Saturn return just come out, Saturn truth just came out. What is Saturn? Daddy Saturn. Karma. Both of these just came out at the same time. The truth about these individuals' judgment and karma. And time is up. It's time. I can't make this shit up. They came out. Y'all just saw me shuffle. The judge. Yeah. We're all being judged. Like I said, what side of the scale you were on is what you receive. The truth about karma. The truth about time being up. It is time. Saturn return age, a return of karma. And it's been doubled. Double for your trouble, but double for them being trouble. Pisces, I believe. You've made individuals believers with what they're now going through. It's clobber time. I needed that. It's clobbering time. Yes. Who said that? I gotta give a shout out. Cause Pamela, Paterack, Right on, right on, right on the money right there. It is clobbering time, okay? Sorry. I needed that. Woo, I needed that. I love you guys too. That was good. We got Cancer and Pisces out here. I feel and I believe. Somebody is feeling an ending occur. An ending they weren't able, they missed, pushing into your experience. A karmic familial unit, as well as individuals that were partnering behind the scenes in order to assist this karmic familial unit. Even if this karmic familial unit did not know they were being assisted. Like I said, they were organizations, societies, and networks that saw what was happening to you. Individuals in the judicial system, corrupt officials. All of these individuals, some of you have corrupt officials and corrupted judges and lawyers, individuals in the judicial system, as well as the prison system. Because don't get me started on the way that the prison system needs to be addressed and the type of money they are making off of the prisoners. Don't even get me started, because I will be here forever. That are tied to certain organizations, societies, and elites. Certain organizations, societies, and networks that all wanted to keep you from receiving certain means because of what that would mean for them and their connections, as well as their positions. And again, the scales are being balanced. You had individuals that were working with this karmic familial unit, even if this karmic familial unit did not know these individuals were working with them in an attempt to stop you. And now everybody is getting manhandled. Everybody is getting demolished for attempting to destroy you. Communication. So we got a Cancer and a Pisces that could be communicating, or we got Aquarius out here. We got multiple individuals talking with each other, communicating about what is now going on. About the fact that you know they're going through judgment. You know that they're experiencing downfalls. So you got individuals communicating going, they know it's over. They're not standing down. They're not falling back. They're not in fear. They're not breaking. What are we gonna do? Yeah, many are not only embarrassed, but in terror. Horrified. Again, the gnashing of teeth. They can't bounce back without your energy. Scorpio, I transform. So we got Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer out here. As well as Aquarius. This is about you resurrecting. He has risen. On the third day, he has risen. You went through a resurrection. You were revived. You were restored, or you are currently being restored. I also heard revival. They're showing me a video game. Very well could be a video game revival. There's something about revival in a game. They thought this was a game. They thought they had rigged the game. They were cheating. They were cheating in a game they thought you would never know, and now you know. And not only have you beat the game, you've recoded it. It's a revival of restitution. The body. You could have had an out-of-body experience if somebody else did. This is about you changing the rules of the game, and these individuals don't know how to play because they don't want to play by the new game's rules, which is facing judgment. With the body out here, this is also about your confidence. Somebody may be attempting to currently tear at your confidence, making certain commentary. This is also about your light body going through activations. Somebody wanted you to not take care of yourself, to let yourself go, to stop having faith, like stop putting in work. We got love. So people would stop loving you. Many attempts were made to take what was yours, and it's only been restored. It's only been amplified. You got a lot of individuals that are having their physical appearance affected. And I know we've seen this on quite a few celebrities. Quite a few well-known individuals are looking like they've had the life sucked out of them. Quite a few of these individuals are going, oh, it's Ozempic. It's not no fucking Ozempic. That's black magic. Eating them from the inside out. Trying to find excuses on why they look the way they do. You can tell their skin's all like gray and crepey and shit. They looking weird. They're looking like they're being devoured. Yeah, God don't like ugly, especially when individuals try to get ugly to be pretty. That's ugly all in itself. So you got many individuals, in order to obtain or regain a position of being recognized and loved, we're attempting to use your essence and push off dis-ease. Push off their judgment off onto you, so you would be the one being eaten from the inside out by whatever serpent spirit this was. What did I just say? South Node lives debts. I can't make this shit up. With Capricorn, this is the devil in the tarot deck. Individuals trying to push their karma and what they got, yeah, it's consuming them. What they got involved in, off onto you, to avoid consequences, and now they can't. Well, you're in your North Node lives debts. Yeah, trying to change their outcome. What did I just say? God backing me on this whole message, telling you what is up. These individuals tried to change the outcome of what they had racked up pertaining to their judgment and their karma by using entities to do it. And now they're being consumed by these entities. While you're receiving, look, judge your judgment and your justice is abundance. Jupiter, abundance. This is also individuals that spent a pretty penny attempting to do this. Again, we had old money out here. Exactly. You can't beat God. You can't beat the prophecy. Gemini, I think this is the end. Somebody is going, shit. Like, basically, this is, oh, it's over. Game over. Time's up. They will continue to take the hits they have brought upon themselves for what they have done to you, or what they attempted to do to you, what they attempted to do to your children, what they attempted to do to your fur babies, what they attempted to do to your house, what they attempted to keep from you, while you're receiving it all. I just heard if they want to keep their life, they'll walk away. Only the stupid ones stay. What guide is that? Oh, ancestors are not playing. If they want to keep their life, they'll walk away. If they're stupid, they'll stay. I feel like that was a direct message to somebody. Why does that one want to come out? Part of fortune increase. Maybe somebody was contemplating spending some more Skrillas in an attempt to get to, yep, the provoker. That was a direct message, could be to a Leo. Somebody attempting to put you in a stronghold that I see may be watching you. Or maybe watching me, trying to understand what you're going through, what you're coming into. And this is the ancestor saying, send it. That's one way to get ended. That's basically what they just said. That's actually a Cal Scrubby song, Captain America. Send it. That's one way to get ended. If they want to spend their fortune on this, we will have a meeting face to face. That's what the divine is coming through saying. I'll be right there. Okay. Damn. I also heard could be a Pisces. Could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Element, fire element, desire. Jeez, it is giving fuck around and find out. That was some heavy on the Aries and the Leo. Okay. That was obviously a side message for whoever wants to play games. With Uranus, you're a genius. And Virgo, I analyze, could also be a Virgo out here. They're trying to figure out how you know what you know. How you know everything that you do know. What's keeping you in a position to receive like this information. I'm sorry, there was a karmic individual in here, and I was like, absolutely not. You trying to get too much clout right now. Spirit was like, nah. Anyways, so these individuals with Uranus, you're a genius out here, is trying to figure out how you knew this was going to happen. How you knew that this was going to come into play this way. How you keep changing the world with your mind is basically what it's giving. Uranus, you're a genius in reinvention. This is you having the ability to manipulate timelines to where you even have like CIA. wondering how the fuck you keep overriding everything that is meant to control your mind and then using it to manipulate this simulation. Using it to change. To make change. Massive change within the simulation. So you got all these individuals going, there's no way that we can turn back the hands of time. There's no way we can change this outcome. You got individuals contemplating whether or not they want to go up against you again. They want to slide again. And what the repercussions of the next time them doing this would be. If you were to overcome this, which you would, and you will, if they decide to take that course of action. Which they may just, with the Taurus out here, attempting to reclaim their abilities. If this is not a Taurus practitioner, this is an individual, we are in Taurus season, that wants to use different means in order to put you in a position to where you will not be able to get away, so that they could obtain your energy to amplify and enhance their abilities. But we got escape right here in messages and North Node. They've received a message of concern that you have recently escaped from something they directed your way. And again, these individuals are like, in order to stop what is occurring in our reality, we need to stop them, but they keep escaping. They're in their North Node. There are practitioners being told you're untouchable. Exactly, and this is not a wise choice. This was not a wise decision. And that the scales with Libra at the bottom will be balanced and are being balanced. The scales are being balanced. And anybody guilty by association that was a part of the assortment of hoobly jublies and musky muskrats will be exposed. Will be reprimanded, will face consequences. Because you are a revolutionary light leader here that's meant to bring in new timelines, to break souls out of a cycle of suffering. To break souls out of a cycle that individuals were keeping them in order to harness their creativity to continue to be an idolized icon and a muse within this realm, or maintain a position of power. Faith that wasn't theirs to begin with. It was ordained for the chosen. The lights in this world meant to illuminate. I heard lead growth. To lead the growth. Growth of what? God. Lead the growth of God. Woo! There's only a few cards left in this. Grand Trine blessings. You cannot be sacrificed. Whatever was done has been alchemized into blessings and has backfired upon these individuals, only amplifying their karmic experience. Behind that is earth element stability. Could definitely be a Virgo or a Taurus moon soul trying to sacrifice you own. Trying to sacrifice your soul, harness your soul for stability, and to keep ownership on things that are not theirs, including your abilities. With force. Force sensing. Somebody wanted to force a sacrifice so they would have your ability to see and sense. So they would have your supernatural galactic connectedness. Interesting. They wanted to know what you know. They wanted to see what you see. And now they brought death into their reality. An ending to all of what once brought them comfort, including the abilities they were misusing and abusing for fortune. For greed. Because you don't, we got destiny, reinvention, trying to reinvent fate. Not knowing why you were put here, or not caring why you were put here. Just wanting what came with your soul. And they can't have it. You use your abilities, you don't misuse or abuse, where these individuals wanted them to further abuse their positions in this realm. Or to have positions they would abuse. To have monetary means, ownership, benefits that they would abuse or use to abuse. I heard in the end, we have left them with nothing. In the same way you had to build yourself up from what looked like nothing, so will they. They've got to earn their place. Openness. Stay open to receiving what? fulfillment. Stay open to fulfillment. And maintain focus. They said focus on the future, but remain in gratitude in the present. Exactly. I love that, Laura. Don't bet chips you can't cover. Or chips, don't bet chips you think you can steal from others. Inner knowing. I wanted to land on fulfillment. Wanted to land on fulfillment and openness. You already know that something is coming. There's a massive change afoot. You've been seeing judgment all around you. Yet Passover, it passed right over you. You've seen judgment. You're about to experience justice because you've already moved through your judgment. 7, card 7, sustenance. What comes in will stay for you. This is generational wealth. This is security. This is stability. It comes in, it stays. You build upon what is given. Innocence. Purity. This is also giving you have kept your energy pure. These lower vibrational entities can't access your purity. It like poisons them. You're too pure to be swapped with. They don't meet the alignments of your energetic, it's like energetic extension. Where these individuals have been very promiscuous, they've been gluttonous, like they harbor a lot of darkness. They've had a lot of darker connections. Where you like me, may be celibate. And you've been celibate for a very long time. You don't connect with a lot of individuals. It doesn't look like you have any vices out here. I mean, the one thing that I struggle with is caffeine. I love caffeine. And I've been told to slow down on the energy drinks. I do love me some energy drinks. Okay. Which, like I said, I've already been told, slow down on the energy drinks. You don't need 2 a day. You can have 1. And I'm like, okay. Next, we're going to move into like tea. I'm going to try like green tea and stuff. But things like that to where you've kept your energy pure. You don't have a vice. You don't have things that would put you in alignment with the way these individuals are attempting to attack you. With what they're attempting to align to you. It's not a vibratory match because of how pure your energy is. It's like your purity saved you with healing. Healing and protection. And divine support. You're being heavily protected. And again, you keep healing and alchemizing things that were meant to leave you incapacitated. That were meant to keep you from receiving this. It's like you weren't meant to make it to this point to receive. You were supposed to fall, like drop dead, before there was an offer made. Before there was a breakthrough that happened. And Spirit said, absolutely not. You were heavily protected from a premature ending. Premature death. Prioritized. And your healing is a priority. Spirit keeps assisting you with alchemizing and integrating energy that is meant to cause some type of dis-ease or unjust, impure emergency. Because you're not in alignment to whatever they're attempting to inflict upon you. What they're attempting to manifest in your reality before you are given something. They couldn't stop. Thank you. They couldn't stop prophecy. They couldn't stop your new beginning. So you got a lot of bullheaded individuals that are learning the hard way that what you've been holding on to hope for and what you're about to embrace is, and what the divine has accepted, this promise of the future, is not to be tampered with. And what I mean by what the divine has accepted is this promise of the future that the divine has worked very hard for you to receive, to where your prayers were accepted, your prayers were heard, and what you had asked for, the divine said, this promise of the future is that you will receive it, for it is prophesied, and nobody can tamper with what has been planned for your life. Nobody can stop what has been planned for your life. Harmony, peace, card 22. And you've already received visions on how, I won't say how this is coming to you, but in the way that you will receive it. It has been shown to you through a vision. Relax. It is still yours. But whatever you're receiving is going to put you in a position to really not have to stress. It was exactly predestined. I love that, a predestined destination. Yes, Richard. It was all a part of the plan with Spiritual Quest out here. And now each and every one of these individuals have to understand. Doesn't matter what spiritual practice they move towards, you're still receiving this restoration. No premature death can impact the prophecy over your life. But again, send it. That's one way to get ended. I keep hearing that with reflection. As within, so without. This is being reflected into your experience, what your heart harbors, and what side of the scale you were on. And there's been a decision made on you, with steadfast coming in quick, guidance. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. This is basically the divine saying with this decision, they've made a decision to bring this in now. They've made a decision. With the decision, they corrected me. They said, with the decisions your opposition had made, it solidified the current rate that you would receive. Ooh. So based on their decision and what's backfiring and the judgment coming down, has sped up and accelerated what you were getting ready to receive. That's why steadfast is out here. It's coming in quick. And you've been guided to get ready. They said stay ready and be ready. Ending message, divine? I love that as the ending message. I love that. Revelation. The prophecy is at play. That is the ending message. What's been accelerated? The prophecy of your promise. And also the prophecy of utter and pure destruction on the individuals that attempted to be your opposition and in turn had to face the Creator. Woo! I love that. That's beautiful. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave it right there. I will be over on TikTok in like 15, 30 minutes. But if I will not be seeing you over on TikTok, I will see you again. Excuse me, sorry, spirit books. I will see you again tomorrow. So until then, remain peaceful, unconditionally loving, stand united and understanding, and remain respectful unless disrespected. Then check with the Most High and check your motherfucking self before you check a motherfucker with grace. And like Jase would say, XXX Tentacion, hey! If anybody tells you to lay down, run them the fuck over. But not with your car, vroom vroom, with your energy. Because we have nothing to prove. Our energy obviously does it for us. So until the next time I see you, oh yeah, and last but most definitely not least, drink your motherfucking water. Remain balanced, stay grounded, and remember who the fuck you are. You're receiving big stuff, big blessings, a big promise. But it's because you are a big promise. You are a big promise to this planet. You are a gift to this realm. And you deserve this. You are a very powerful, very persistent, perseverant soul. And you've moved through a lot of storms in your life. You have persevered through the worst. And now it's time you receive the best. God's glory over your life. And it's shining bright and moving deep through the veins of this planet and through every fiber of your being. You're ready. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I honor you. And like I said, if I won't see you over on TikTok in like 30 minutes, I will see you again tomorrow. So until then, remain peaceful, unconditionally loving, stand united, and remain respectful unless disrespected. Then, of course, check with the Most High and check your motherfucking self before you check a motherfucker with grace. Always. And all the love. All the love. I know I said that twice, but I felt like it needed to be said twice. Remember who you are, not who you have been when you receive what has been promised to you. And remember who gave it to you. Remain respectful and peaceful and unconditionally loving. Don't change your heart. Don't change your heart. Not when you get this. Whatever it is for you. I love you. And until next time. Bye.